If you want to have regular bowel movements, no bloating, no gas, and no belly fat, your gut needs to be calm, like this quiet and still backwoods country pond. But if you now have constipation, bloating, and gas, researchers have found that your gut looks like this inside, a building burning. In fact, it's called swollen gut syndrome. The cells in your belly are acting like they are on fire. New research has finally discovered the real root cause of why you have constipation, bloating, gas, and belly fat, plus a simple 10-second home remedies that get rid of them for good. I'll tell you about it in a moment, but first, here's the embarrassing story of how I discovered this constipation-ending secret. It had been 4 days since I had my last poop. So there I was sitting at a dinner party with about 20 people I knew when out of nowhere, I let out the biggest and loudest fart you have ever heard in your life. I mean, it was so loud, I bet everyone in the restaurant heard it. All the people at my dinner party looked at me and their jaws dropped in horror. Embarrassed beyond words, I put my head shamefully down into my hands and tried to hide from everyone, but I knew I could not. I heard laughs and hisses and oh my God. And of course, all this ridicule was directed at me at my expense. Embarrassed beyond belief, I apologized meekly, then scurried off like a wounded duck to the ladies' room, where I proceeded to finally have a bowel movement after 4 days. But the problem was, I had an explosion of poop. But this made an obnoxiously loud noise and a very smelly stink in the ladies' room. I know a lot of women heard and smelled this, so this embarrassed me even more. I was so ashamed I didn't think I could ever face these people again. And many of them were my friends and coworkers, which made it 10 times worse. As if this wasn't terrible enough, a cute single doctor named John from the hospital I really liked and wanted to date was there. After my public fart, he now looks at me awkwardly and avoids me in the hallways. I may have blown my chances with him. I was beyond humiliated, and now everyone knows me as the fart lady. It sucks, but I'm telling you my very embarrassing story because it may help you or someone you know. You see, if it wasn't for this fart accident that I know was caused by my chronic constipation, I would never have discovered the surprising reason why I really have constipation and the Japanese tea secret that wound up ending my constipation, gas, bloating, and irritable bowel symptoms after nearly 20 years of suffering and every remedy I tried failing me. Now, I promise you've never heard about this home remedy before. It's not a probiotic, digestive enzyme, or laxative. And you will be surprised how completely different it is from everything else you've tried that has not been your answer. And in the next few minutes, I'll reveal how you too can use this simple home remedy from Japan. It has been used for over 400 years by millions of people to not just relieve, but completely and once and for all get rid of digestive problems, including your constipation, gas, bloating, and irritable bowel symptoms. Not to mention save you a lot of pain, agony, discomfort, wasted, lost, unproductive time, worry, and embarrassment. Hi, my name is Maria Neptuna. I'm a divorced mother of 2 great kids, and I'm a pediatric nurse in Houston, Texas. I first started having digestive problems when I was 21. It started small with some cramps, gas, and infrequent constipation. But then it gradually got worse. I went to my primary and the gastro and had all kinds of tests and a CAT scan. Nothing was found. I was diagnosed with chronic constipation and IBS. They prescribed me water, exercise, prune juice, a healthy diet, and no stress. Yeah, right, like anyone can avoid stress. You can't. Everyone has stress in their life, right? Well, I followed their instructions, but I still had the same symptoms. Then it got worse. As I had my kids and they grew up, my symptoms were worse constipation, gas, acid reflux, bloated tummy, joint pain, and foggy brain. Occasionally, I would go to the bathroom, but often I would just drop a couple of little rocks or acorns. It was a strain, and they were like hard pellets. It certainly wasn't a full poop. I used Miralax every day, prune juice, tried stool softeners, digestive enzymes, probiotics, enemas, but none of these helped me enough. It was so bad I ended up with depression, anxiety, and even some scary bad thoughts. I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't leave the house. I was too terrified to go to work in case I'd have a constipation release accident or blow another epic stink bomb right in front of everyone. I realize most people with constipation don't have it this bad, and thank God for that. But if this unique Japanese tea secret worked for me, it will work for anyone. It was very crippling to have this. Nothing nice about it. Wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. It was the most humiliating thing. My constipation gave me terrible stomach cramping. The pain would get pretty bad. I felt like my stomach was full of bricks. I remember for years my constipation and diarrhea was so bad I could not even browse around a store for fear of having an accident. After finally forcing myself to get out, I tried everything and anything the internet suggested to get rid of my nightmare, but none of them worked. Then I visited another gastro who said the same thing the other gastro doctors said to me before, but he also told me that because of my constipation, my body was not getting rid of its waste, and up to 20 pounds of old rotten food could be stuck inside the walls of my colon. Even worse, the doc said my backed up poop could cause intestinal impaction. This meant I might need surgery and have to wear a colostomy poop bag attached to me at all times. Yuck! I desperately wanted to avoid this. Nothing and nobody were helping my constipation and digestive problems. I remember so many nights lying in bed angry, praying, and asking God, why me? Why can so many other people not have stomach problems or be constipated? You see, I felt I was letting down my kids, my boyfriend, and our future because I couldn't keep a job. There was just no fun, spontaneity, or fulfillment in my life anymore. I was frustrated, very frustrated. Are you suffering like I used to be? If you are, I want you to know that I feel your pain. I know how alone and angry it feels to suffer from constipation and bloating and gas month after month, and nothing seems to work, and you run out of hope. Well, I have a solution for you that will work for you because after everything else failed me, it worked for me. And not only me, but this digestion miracle is also working for over 27,300 other men and women just like you and me who used to suffer from constipation, heartburn, gas, diarrhea, bloating, and irritable bowel. I probably never would have fixed my problems except for a few months ago while I was grocery shopping, I ran into an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen in years. Her name was Minato, and she was born in Japan. As we talked nonstop and caught up about each other's lives by having lunch in the grocery store cafe, my old friend must have noticed the Miralax and prune juice in my shopping cart. Because, always the jokester, she pointed to these in my cart and said, "Trying to get things to move through quicker, are you?" and laughed. I had to admit she had me. I told my old friend Minato that yes, I was having some problems with being regular to say the least. I even went so far as to tell her my embarrassing dinner party story where I let out a monstrous fart that everyone heard. Minato was a sweetheart, so she had an empathetic and concerned look on her face, which is why I always liked her. And what she said next turned out to be my constipation ending and digestive problem ending dream come true. Minato said, "I used to have terrible constipation, bloating, and cramps until I went back to Japan with my parents a few years ago and drank a special herb tea." This was hard for me to believe because of how thin, healthy, and energetic Minato seemed now. On her second day in Japan, a relative was taking Minato and her family on a tour of the countryside when they took a rest break and stopped at a Japanese tea house. Minato read the tea house menu. She noticed one of the teas said the herbs in it had been used for 300 years by people to have a good, strong digestive system. So, of course, Minato ordered this tea. And about 10 minutes later, she had a full poop. The kind of poop that makes your day, one that glides right out effortlessly with no pain or straining. She said, that was very interesting. I wonder if the special herbs in this tea I just drank helped me poop. They must have. And my goodness, did I have a full bowel movement, she said with her cute laugh. And she's no dummy. She was a straight-A student, president of her college class, and is a research scientist. Anyway, Minato told me that when she got back home to America, she spent weeks researching the special herbs in this tea and learned why they end constipation, bloating, and gas. Minato said, "I will tell you how these herbs work in a minute, but first, I have to tell you why you have constipation, so everything will make sense, okay? First, you need to understand the actual reason why you're always suffering from constipation that never seems to go away, and why high-fiber diets, laxatives, stool softeners, cutting out dairy, staying hydrated, or using probiotics haven't worked for you. You wake up every morning with one thing on your mind: I really hope I can make it through the day and be normal without suffering or embarrassing myself one way or another. It's a regular battle that takes control of your life, mentally and physically. It's terrible, isn't it? There's something you need to know. As you age, your body's digestive system just can't keep up like it used to. Think of it this way. When you're young, you feel like you have all the energy in the world. Nothing can stop you. You're able to do physical things without breaking a sweat. Your reactions are faster. Your stamina never seems to drop. Everything in your body just works better and is more efficient, all because of youth. But as you get older, you notice all of these privileges seem to fade away into the abyss, no matter what you try to do to stop it. Well, that's the exact same with your gut. As the years go by, it feels as if your body's digestive speed just runs out of gas. It can't keep up like it used to. And even worse, since you have constipation, bloating, and gas, or extra belly fat, you have developed a condition called swollen gut syndrome, which means your gut has swollen up in a size due to inflammation and agitation. This swelling in your belly makes it nearly impossible for food to move through your colon and out as poop. It's like trying to fit an object through a hole that keeps getting smaller and smaller. This swollen gut syndrome makes your constipation get worse and worse over time. The stomach pains become greater and greater. The pain, bloating, gas, fatigue, and painful pooping gets worse and worse. Inside your gut are millions of tiny microbial communities that play a crucial role in the digestive speed of the food that you consume. But probiotics are not your solution because even good bacteria in your gut can become inflamed, and probiotics do nothing to fix this root cause of your problem. When you're young, you have the most diverse and balanced gut bacteria or microbiome a human can possess. What this means is your gut is way more capable and functions just how it should. But as you age, the amount of inflamed bacteria in your gut due to the aging process, processed foods, and toxins in the environment gets out of control. This swelling in your belly kills off important nutrients you need to have a good working digestive system and regular bowel movements. Your stomach can't work like it used to, and this results in parts of your food building up for days or even weeks on end. And not only that, but 5 to 20 pounds of old, decayed food are now stuck inside your colon walls, making you constipated, bloated, and giving you a swollen belly with that tummy fat that everyone hates. When this occurs, your body becomes constipated, gaseous, and cramped up. It's like if one of your joints, like your knees, elbows, hips, shoulders, or fingers get swollen. And when this happens, then nutrients and blood do not flow through them, and they do not work properly. And they cause you pain and problems, right? The same is happening in your stomach right now. The food isn't able to break down at a fast enough rate to which you are consuming food. There is more food coming in than there is going out. But what I'm about to introduce you to is a Japanese tea secret you can use at home that will end your constipation, bloating, gas, irritable bowel, and protruding belly once and for all, with no special eating, drugs, medicines, or side effects. You see, contrary to popular belief, changing your diet isn't the solution. High-fiber diet, no dairy, plenty of water, laxatives, probiotics. You've probably been told these will end your constipation countless times, only to find out that you're still suffering. The reason is because none of these solutions are targeting the root cause of your constipation, your swollen gut syndrome. The swelling in your gut of cells that caused you to have constipation, bloating, gas, pain, cramps, food sensitivities, and fatigue. If this isn't fixed, you can try everything the world has to offer. You're still going to suffer with your constipation, bloating, and excessive gas. None of these solutions are beneficial to reduce the swelling of your gut, which is needed for your digestive process to work properly. Why do you think young kids can eat the entire food menu and never feel bloated, yet all you need to do is even look at a burger and you're constipated? Makes sense when you think about it, doesn't it? So how do you get rid of swollen gut syndrome and end your constipation, bloating, and gas? Well, that's where the Japanese tea discovery comes in. You see, Minato told me new research from Ohio State University and the Functional Gut Clinic has discovered the key to ending your swollen gut syndrome and constipation is all thanks to phenolic compounds. What are these? These compounds are substances found in certain East Asian plants and used in a special Japanese tea that are considered nature's very own digestion boosters. What the researchers found was when you consume these tiny digestion boosters, they reverse your swollen gut syndrome. They also eliminate harmful organisms in your stomach that cause constipation. And they also stimulate your body's main digestive enzyme called pepsin, which is vital for breaking down food and preventing constipation. During this process, your digestive system catches up and therefore balances your gut system. It's a complete game changer for you, and it's like giving your gut a new source of life, a second chance at a pain-free, problem-free digestive system for the rest of your life. Phenolic compounds end your swollen gut syndrome by stopping the root cause of your problems. According to the University of Bern in Switzerland, when your digestive system is working well, it's easy for your colon to push food through your body. This allows you to poop frequently like a regular person and have your poop be soft, smooth, and easy. And not only that, but it keeps you pooping this way every single day, and you won't have that bounce back effect that other products give you. They make you poop too much, and then you have diarrhea, which is an awful problem. Because then you are chained to the toilet as a prisoner for hours because you are afraid to go out because you constantly have to poop. It is truly incredible that something like this exists in a natural plant, isn't it? So every time you consume some of these East Asian plant-based compounds, what you're really doing is rebuilding and strengthening your entire digestive system. And the longer and more consistent you consume them, the more capable and regular your digestive system will become. And most importantly, you won't have to carry the burden of constipation and digestive problems and belly fat around with you any longer. The secret is the 4 key herbs in this special Japanese tea that Minato told me about. I'll tell you how to easily get these herbs inexpensively in a moment, but first I want to briefly tell you about each herb and what it will do for you. The first herb you should be taking every day to end your swollen gut syndrome and constipation is Lepidium mayarni, and it comes from a plant that grows at over 13,000 feet above sea level. It has been used to end constipation, bloating, and gas for more than 1,500 years. The main edible part of the maca plant, the root, grows underground. It is incredibly nutrient-dense, says Carrie Glassman, registered dietitian, and it fights free radicals that can cause inflammation, she adds. This reverses your swollen gut syndrome. The main active compound in this is the alkaloid macaridine. It has not been found in any other plant, according to the National Center for Natural Products Research. In a study of 50 people published in the scientific journal Plant-Based Foods for Human Nutrition, those who regularly consumed this herb had lower levels of the inflammatory marker interleukin-6 than those who did not. The second amazing anti-constipation herb is guarana seed extract. It is known as nature's very own laxative, but without the laxative side effects and potential long-term damage. Used by hundreds of years by indigenous tribes, it contains nutrients that activate contractions within your stomach and intestines to relieve any constipation. This works by pushing contents through your rectum. In a clinical study done at University in Mexico and cited in the medical journal Nutrients, researchers concluded it to be an anti-inflammatory as seen by the shift from a pro-inflammatory to an anti-inflammatory profile. The third nutrient you want to take daily breaks down and absorbs food in your bowels to stop your swollen gut syndrome and make you regular. According to the National Library of Medicine, your L-glutamine stores are severely drained when you are suffering from digestive problems. They simply can't function how they should. When your levels are low, it causes chronic bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, and stomach cramps. This nutrient also boosts your immune cell activity in the gut, helping prevent infection and inflammation, as well as soothing the intestinal tissue to stop cramps and spasms. Research last year at Helmuth College of Natural Sciences showed it positively affects gut health by supporting gut mucosal wall integrity and by modulating inflammatory responses. If you have irritable bowel symptoms, you absolutely need to take this. That's because many smart people believe your symptoms could be the result of a deficiency of this. And now there's the fourth and final herb that you should take to get rid of your swollen gut syndrome. Health researchers call this herb nature's digestion miracle. Originating in Eastern Asia, an ancient proverb says, "It's better to be deprived of food for 3 days than this herb for 1 day." This is all due to its incredible digestive effects. Studies by the University of Ohio have shown that the reason green tea is so effective is because it makes your gut digest and absorb nutrients quicker to prevent food piling up in your gut with nowhere to go. This Japanese tea secret herb was first discovered because people who live in regions that eat or drink more of this herb have lower rates of inflammation-related health problems like constipation, bloating, and gas. Now modern science has confirmed what the Japanese people have known for hundreds of years. New research suggests this reduces the production of certain inflammatory chemicals, which helps reverse your swollen gut syndrome. And in a study led by UCLA School of Public Health, the active ingredient in this herb reduces gastritis by 48%, which means it cuts it almost in half. This may also be one of Mother Nature's best bloating remedies thanks to its high concentration of catechins. Research shows it helps to soothe muscles in the gastrointestinal tract. This helps relieve bloating by eliminating the buildup of gas in the intestines. It also has been shown to improve digestive system processes to more effectively break down food. My old friend Minato invited me to her favorite Japanese tea house. She wanted me to try the special tea that had these 4 herbs in it. This was the same tea she drank in Japan and had ended her constipation, bloating, gas, and irritable bowel, and that she now drank every day. So I was very excited to try this tea, although I'm a very skeptical person. So I had the attitude of, I'll believe it when I see it. Anyway, I tried the tea and it tasted good. Actually, it tasted very good. Then, in about 10 minutes, I had a full bowel movement, and I was convinced, and I've never had any problems with constipation since then. So I had finally found the solution for my constipation, bloating, gas, and extra tummy fat, which was starting to come off. And I kept making the 1 hour, 15-minute round-trip car ride to this Japanese tea house every day to drink this miracle tea for me. Everything was going great, and I couldn't have been happier as my whole life was getting better in every way possible. But then one day when I sat down, the Japanese owner told me that he and his family decided they were going to move back to Japan shortly, and this meant they were going to close down the Japanese tea house. I was devastated, because I knew this meant I would no longer be able to drink my daily tea. And then my constipation, bloating, gas, and tummy fat would come back with a vengeance, and my life would be in shambles again. I told the owner my fear. He said there may be a solution. He had recently started talking with a nutrition company about putting his famous tea bag ingredients into a tea bag or offer them in liquid form for better absorption that could be sold to the public and would work just as well as the tea worked. This would be possible because of the nutrition company's new cutting-edge, rapid-release technology. This sounded very exciting to me, and I offered to help out in any way I could because I absolutely needed to keep getting the nutrients in this Japanese tea every day. Anyway, to make a long story short, after more than 1 year of experimentation and testing, the nutrition company was able to perfect the formula and concentrate all the nutrients into a few drops of liquid. And it worked just as well as drinking the tea did. Even better, this is perfect for people who don't like tea or don't want to drink tea. So now Minato, myself, and thousands of other people stay regular just by taking a few drops of this liquid a day that have these 4 special Japanese tea herbs in them. People like Amy, age 56 in Massachusetts, who said, "Prescription medicines caused me to become constipated starting a few years ago. Nothing I tried was the answer. Oh, the pain and misery of constipation. It really sucks. Thank God for this solution. It is the only thing that ended my constipation, bloating, and gas bombs." Frank, age 42 from Texas, says, "It's true. Japanese people have no constipation even though they eat the same as us. I know because I've worked with dozens of them for years, so I knew your tea droplets would work, and boy, do they ever work. I went from a bowel movement every 5 days to having one every day now. I've lost 23 pounds too." Maria, age 66 from Colorado says, "When I saw your video, I was very skeptical it would work because I've tried so many things for my constipation that were not the answer. But because of the no-risk money-back guarantee, I'm glad I took the chance and ordered. They work. They work. They work." The name of the supplement is Gut Go, and they are liquid drops that help end your constipation, bloating, and gas, plus gives you a flatter tummy at the same time. They gently flush out the embedded food that is stuck inside your colon, 5 to 20 pounds of it. Now, instead of being a prisoner to constipation like you are now, you will feel lighter, healthier, and happier. You will quickly lose 5, 10, even 20 pounds or more, and without doing any crazy diet or exercise routine. You will have more energy than you had in a long time. You will feel happier and more self-confident. You will feel much less stress in your life. And if you are like I was, you won't have to tell your significant other no, because you will no longer feel bloated, tired, and icky. Gut Go will change your life like it did mine and countless other men and women I've talked to. You will feel like a new person with a second youth. In fact, the company actually guarantees you will. More on that in a moment. Thousands of people say Gut Go is so much better than laxatives and safer too. You see, Harvard Medical School states long-term regular use of laxatives can teach your bowel to rely on these medications for help with bowel movements. Eventually, a laxative habit can contribute to your constipation. That means it can make your constipation worse. Over 4,700 concerned parents of the Facebook group Parents Against Miralax have banded together to stop the recommendations of Miralax because of its side effects. Senokot and Dulcolax may be no better. Long-term use of stimulatory laxatives like these can impair normal functions of the colon and cause dependency on the medication. Many doctors warn against taking stimulatory laxatives for more than a few days. Indeed, the website familydoctor.org states, when these laxatives are taken for a long time, the bowel can lose its muscle tone and forget how to push the stool out on its own. After trying everything on the market, Gut Go is the only product I personally use. The only product I recommend to my friends and family. You cannot get it on Amazon or in any store, and it's only available from this announcement. The best part is, it's super affordable. And just look how good Gut Go works for people like you. Margaret Thiesens wrote, "Bless you for making Gut Go available in my country. I am over the top. Went from awful constipation to being regular in a jiffy. I am on and off the toilet within 5 minutes with no straining whatsoever. That has never happened to me for as long as I can remember. I have started to go out again. I feel much better now, and I've lost 21 or 22 pounds since I started taking this." Jim Adamson Sr. said, "I wouldn't have a bowel movement for a week, sometimes longer. I had GI tests and I was prescribed constipation medications. None worked and just messed up my health in other ways too. I even had to call 911 and go to the emergency room once and had a colon flush. I was miserable. Now I have an easy and fast bowel movement every day with no pain. It's like I'm a new person, from suffering to true happiness now. If anyone is hesitating to try this, have them call me first." Mrs. George Leddecker writes, "My constipation was life-ruining. It was debilitating, depressing, agonizing, and so misdiagnosed. I had given up on doctors, and no laxatives or other products worked well enough. Thank goodness for Gut Go. Now I have a good poop every day, and I feel like a new woman. And I've lost 27 pounds. So by now you're probably wondering, how do I get my own supply of Gut Go right away? And you might also be wondering, how much should I take each day? The truth is that there are only limited supplies available, and that's not a marketing gimmick or anything like that. It's the God's honest truth. You see, each batch is tested by an independent third-party laboratory to ensure that what's seen on the bottle is what's found on the inside. Gut Go also contains no gluten, sugar, salt, wheat, corn, lactose, colors, or dyes. The nutrients in this product are neither cheap nor easy to find, since many of these herbs come from thousands of miles away. What's more, the growing popularity of Gut Go is putting a serious strain on production, and thousands of people around the world are quickly catching on to this natural remedy, which means temporary sellouts and out-of-stocks will be common. You see, the company can only produce a limited number of Gut Go at any given time. And because Gut Go works so well, customers keep reordering several bottles at a time, which makes it even more difficult to keep in stock. With that being said, though, I also don't want you or anyone else to continue to suffer from the frustration of constipation, bloating, pain, gas, or extra belly fat like I did. Because I know firsthand how it can make every day feel like a struggle, and especially now when this natural solution GutGo will change your life and let you have an easy bowel movement every day and have the slimmer tummy you dream about. And all of this in a drug-free product which you cannot get addicted to and that has no side effects. Which is why in just a moment, I'm going to share how to get a supply of GutGo today at a huge savings as part of the company's Change Your Life campaign. But before I do that, let me return to that second question. How much GutGo should you take every day? This actually is pretty straightforward. Just take 1 milliliter or about 20 drops a day anytime that is best for you with or without food. That's literally all it takes. Now here is why it's important to take GutGo for at least 30 or more days. The high-powered ingredients inside of GutGo start to work immediately. The benefits begin to work on your inside from day one. And the longer you use GutGo, the more the nutrients build up in your body, which makes it even more effective. So that's why I recommend you take GutGo for at least 30 days and ideally for longer. But just don't take my word for it. Office manager Rebecca Stanley's experience is a typical example. Rebecca was 35 pounds overweight and was only having a bowel movement every 4 or 5 days before she tried this supplement. The first day she took GutGo, nothing happened. She did not have a bowel movement that day, but she kept taking GutGo faithfully every day. And as the gentle nutrients built up in Rebecca's stomach, everything changed. She started to have a bowel movement every second day. Then soon after that, Rebecca started to have a bowel movement almost every single day. Rebecca told me I was super skeptical this would work at first. In fact, I almost didn't order it. That's because I tried many products over the years and was always disappointed. But GutGo does work and works great as the nutrients build up in your body and work better as the months go by. I couldn't be happier. I'm regular now and have more energy, and I've lost 27 pounds. It's for all of these reasons that I personally recommend choosing at least a 3-month supply or a 6-month supply for an even bigger savings, and so you don't run out or risk the company being out of stock. Now, I want you to know that GutGo is not available on Amazon or any other website. It is only available on this website. Now, here's the huge discount savings I mentioned before. Normally, GutGo retails for $89 for a 1-month supply. And when you consider how much not having more constipation is worth to you, how many more hours of extra newfound time you will have every week to get things accomplished, make more money, or just have fun, and how much money you will save in healthcare costs. This $89 would be a fair price. But today only and through this website only, as a new customer, you can get GutGo at a huge discount. Unlike some conventional solutions, GutGo is non-habit forming, which is a huge relief to so many customers because they love knowing they don't have to fear getting hooked on over-the-counter laxatives, other medications, or pills. Plus, on top of all that, GutGo doesn't come with the nasty side effects that's found in so many modern medicines, which is absolutely huge. When considering all of that, $89 for GutGo would be a really fair deal. Plus, there's all the benefits money can't buy, like waking up each day with a huge burst of energy, having a flatter belly, and feeling great about your body again, getting those desirous glances and compliments from members of the opposite sex and your mate, enjoying delicious foods again without having to worry about how they will affect you. Thinking all of this, $89 for a month's supply seems like a steal to me. Yet despite all of that, I've made sure you will not pay anywhere close to $89 for GutGo. That's because, like I said before, I want to help as many people as possible. And the company behind GutGo couldn't agree more, which is why when you click an order right now, you will get your very own supply of GutGo for a one-time investment of just $59 for a 1-month supply. That is a huge, almost half-off savings of $30 a month off the regular $89 price for you. And that's just the beginning. I realize that many people may want to keep taking GutGo for a while, and the fact that there really are limited supplies available, I understand why they'd want to stock up on 3 or 6 bottles of GutGo today. It's for this reason that our team has created a substantially discounted multi-bottle plan, where folks can stock up and save big on 6 bottles of GutGo for just $39 per bottle. That is only $1.30 a day, which is a huge savings of $300 when you order right now. But this special discount is only being guaranteed today through this website and as a part of GutGo's Change Your Life campaign. And today only, they are also going to give you free domestic shipping and handling, which is a $9.95 value. But both the discount and the free domestic shipping are for today only, and only while supplies last. So choose the 6-bottle package or any other package that's right for you below and secure an order today while there are supplies in stock. After choosing a package, you will be redirected to a 100% secure and encrypted checkout page. There is nothing to worry about here because the company uses the highest level of encrypted internet technology for the safety and security of your credit card information. This is the same security that Amazon.com, Walmart.com, and the world's biggest banks use on their websites, where there's a simple order form to fill out. And after that, your order of GutGo will be shipped to you and will arrive within 5 to 7 business days of now. So looking at the facts, this is one of the smallest yet smartest investments you will ever make for your health. Something that will not only end your constipation, bloating, and pain, but that will slash fat off your belly quickly and give you a new surge of happiness and energy every day so that you will start living your best life again, the life that you were meant to be living. A single bottle of GutGo puts you on the path to the life you want, naturally. 3 bottles guarantee you can keep taking GutGo without interruption. And with 6 bottles of GutGo, you will be taking the best step to set yourself up to enjoy your ultimate life for many years to come. So go ahead and choose a package of GutGo now while there are still supplies in stock, and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with supporting your health today. Are you hesitant or skeptical? Well, now you don't have to be because your investment today is also covered by a 1-year, 100% money-back guarantee. That's right, you don't risk a dime. Here's how it works. Right now, you place your order, and when you do, you are just saying maybe. Then once you get your bottles of GutGo in a few short days from now, start taking it and see how you feel. If you're like GutGo's other loyal customers, you will fall in love with what GutGo does for you every night and day. But there is a 0 risk to you because of our guarantee. If for some reason GutGo isn't working great for you, just email GutGo's award-winning customer service team 24/7 and they'll send a full refund to you immediately. You won't be out a single dime. No questions, no hassles. Plus, there's no need to even return the bottles of GutGo for a refund. Keep them as a special thanks for trying GutGo. Could anything be more fair? This means there's no downside at all for you. It is a 100% risk-free investment that comes with lots of guaranteed benefits for you, and there's a full 12 months to see if GutGo is right for you or not. So go ahead, click and try GutGo risk-free now, and choose from one of the package options below. Say yes to beating your digestion problems and yes to living a happier, healthier, and better life like thousands of other people already are. Yes, it's time to put my digestion under new management and secure my supply of GutGo now. You've seen overwhelming proof from Harvard University Medical School and other leading research institutions that the ingredients in this Japanese tea secret GutGo will end your constipation, bloating, gas, irritable bowel, and belly fat. It will soon overcome the swollen gut syndrome which is causing your constipation. So now it's time to take the obvious action. Please don't ignore everything I've said. Please don't ignore the ironclad proof I've shown you and continue to be a slave of constipation hell and that unsightly, ugly belly fat when you don't have to anymore. If you put this off, nothing will get better in your life. And it's obvious that something must change for you right now, because a life with constipation and frustration and having excess pounds where you are always worried about a big life-threatening health disaster happening because of your constipation or weight and what it will mean, well, that's no life at all. Especially now that I've shared my story with you and told you how GutGo give you an easy and pain-free bowel movement each day. give you the energy level you want and deserve, and give you the slimmer tummy and health you want to make your dreams come true. That's why I have made it very easy to say yes to GutGo right now. So go ahead and claim your order of GutGo by choosing from one of the packages below. It is a very smart decision because your investment is protected 12-month money-back guarantee, which means there's absolutely no risk. So break free of frustration and choose a package right now and start living a better life. Yes, I want to start taking charge of my health by securing my supply of GutGo right now. Still there? Great. That means you probably have a question I can answer. So here are a few of the most common questions I get and my answers to them. Number 1, who is GutGo for? That is really a great question. It is for any man or woman who wants to end their constipation, bloating and gas, irritable bowel symptoms, and lose their belly fat once and for all, naturally and in a guaranteed way. It works for men and women of all ages and health issues, regardless of their diet or how many things they have tried before. It does this by overcoming the swollen gut syndrome, which has recently been discovered as the root cause of these problems. This is the only and first ever in the world formulation for this purpose, with the herbs that have been proven to work for millions of people since first used in a special Japanese tea over 400 years ago. Number 2, what makes GutGo different from other products I've tried? GutGo is the only product in the world that includes the 4 proven herbs used in this original Japanese tea secret, plus additional nutrients in this precise formulation. This overcomes this swollen gut syndrome that almost no doctors know about. Bad genetics don't matter. Previous failures don't matter, even if you've tried 10 other products and remedies before. That's because these other products never had a chance of working, because your body never before overcame its swollen gut syndrome. Number 3, do I risk anything in trying GutGo? You do not risk any money at all. You will receive a 100% full and immediate refund of every dime you paid if you are not thrilled with the benefits you get from GutGo. You have an ironclad 12-month money-back guarantee with no restrictions or fine print.